Hello bestie, I welcome you all back to my channel. I am Aisha. In this video I'll be showing you how to cut and sew transparent corset. I'll be showing you the full details on how to cut it and how to sew it. I've uploaded 3 parts of this video on the channel, which is advisable for you to watch. In the part 1, you will learn how to draft sculpture cup of any bust size. In the part 2, you will learn how to cut and sew sculpture cup. In the part 3, you will learn how to draft dartless corset and encase your body with fabric. I'll be starting from where I stopped in the part 3. This is the mesh net I cut with the pattern in the part 3 of this video. I have 3 pieces for each, 3 pieces for the front and 3 pieces for the back, the right side and the left side of the back. But I will be making use of 2 pieces. You pick the 2 pieces this way and use your office pin to hold it. It's very important you make use of your office pin. I will be creating channel on this. You place your cup this way to indicate the center of the cup. You indicate it with your pencil color. I will advise you make use of pencil color because I use chalk, but I later realized the chalk dust out. You use your pencil color for it to be visible by the time you are sewing it. You place your cup this way. Make sure there is inches for the joining at the upper parts. You can see the way I place it. We still have ½ inch left at this upper part. That's the joining allowance. You indicate the center of the cup. That's the center of the cup. You take your measurement. If it's accurate, you can see on both sides to get the center of the cup. This is the center of the corset, the center line. You divide it into 2 to get the center line. You straighten it downward. At this down part, you take your measurement. You can use 3 inches or 4 inches and you connect it to that center of the cup. Make sure your measurements are the same on both sides. The inches you use at the right side should be equal with the inches you use at the left side for it to come out well. I want another boning at this center. You take your measurements. I measure 2.5. You can see. At this down part, you take your measurement as well. For everything to be equal. At this side, you take your measurements. I measure 1.5. At the down part, I measure 2 inches and you connect it this way. I will be placing another boning at this side of the down part. I'll take my measurement from the side. I make use of 2.5. I measure 2.5. And from this down part, I measure 7 inches upward. You connect it this way. To create a diagonal line, you can see. Same thing applies to this other side. You take that measurement at this side. Seven inches upward and you connect it. I will be placing the encased boning to create channel on it. I'll show you how to do that. You place your fabric this way. You place the boning on those lines. Make sure you are using a matching thread. Your sewing is straight and neat. You place sewing at the tips of the boning on both sides. Make sure you follow the line downward. Don't drag the net when sewing. Allow it to move by itself on the machine. Give this video a thumbs up, share with your friends. If you are new to my channel, click on the subscribe button. This is it. Make sure you cut out all the tail thread for it to come out neat while sewing. Same thing applies to other lines. To sew boning on the diagonal line, the 7 inches that we measure from the lower part, we'll first place the boning on that 7 inches to create that shape to the side this way. From where the 7 inches stop, you place your boning this way and sew it on both sides. If you've not watched the part 1, 2 and 3 of this video, you are missing. Part 1, you will learn how to draft sculpture cup for any bust size. Part 2, you will learn how to sew sculpture cup, the fabric to use for your sculpture cup. Part 3, you will learn how to draft a dartless corset in detail. You can now see the reason why you need to watch those parts of this video for you to have a better understanding of these parts. This is the boning on the diagonal line. I will be placing another boning to cover the edge of the diagonal boning where the diagonal boning starts from. Make sure your net is laid very well. You place your boning on the line. At this point, you use the boning coming from the upper part to cover the edge of the diagonal boning this way for it to come out neat, and sew it down. You can see. I'll be placing sewing at the other side of the boning. You can see the outcome. Make sure you cut out all your tail thread. That's very important for you to have a neat finishing. Same thing applies to the other side. For the center boning, you can decide to place the center boning and leave it that way, but I want mine in deep V-neck at the middle. First, I will be taking the depth measurement of the V-neck. You determine the depth. You measure it after the ½ inch. You measure whatever you want to use. I make use of 4 inches. And you shape it to the middle from the side. You measure it at that point for you to know the center line of the corset. You shape it on both sides to where the depth stop to create the V neck. After shaping, don't cut it, just leave it. It's after sewing it, that's when we'll be cutting it. Don't cut it before placing your boning on it. You place your boning first before cutting it. You place your boning this way, where the depth stop. You come down by ½ inch and you place the other one on it this way to cover the edge of the boning at the other side. Be patient when sewing this V neck. Don't drag your net. From this side, you sew it to where the depth stop, half inch after where the depth stop. At the middle of the corset. You place sewing at the other side of the boning to that same point that you stop at the other side. You pick another boning and place it from the other side to cover the edge of this one that we've sewn. You place it this way. I'll be cutting the first boning that we sew. You can see, you check it first before you cut it. If it's okay, now you pick it and cut it this way. Be very careful when you are cutting it so that you won't cut the net with it. You can see. Now you place it on it this way. Make sure it covers the edge of the boning at the other side. You sew it on it this way down at the middle. Follow the line at that middle to the down part. I will be placing sewing on the other side of the boning. Make sure it's lay when sewing. Don't drag it. At this point, you push the other boning in so that the one at that other side will cover the edge. Make sure it covers that edge neatly and you sew it downward. This is it. You can see how neat it is. You can see. Now we need to place the other net on it for us to sew our V-neck. You pick the third net, you place it on it this way. I'll be doing that later. Now for the back. For the corset interfacing, if you notice, I did not cut out where we'll be adding our highlight to. On mesh net, you don't cut it out, but if you are making use of other material like crepe and so on, you can cut it out. Because this is mesh net, you don't cut that part out on your corset at the back part. You notch it where the interlining will start from, at the upper part and at the down part, because I will be adding the crepe material to this part. I will be taking the measurement on the pattern for the corset interlining. I have 2.5 for the width. You take your length, the corset length, you can see. To cut out the crepe material, you fold your fabric this way and measure 3 inches. We have 2 inches for the width, but we'll be adding ½ inch to it, making 3 inches for the folding allowance. You can see now you slit it into 2. This is it for the right and the left side. I will be adding ST to it, to both. I've had ST to it. This is it. Now we'll be placing boning on the back net. The way we place it on this, you measure the side, because we'll be making use of the measurements for us to have accurate measurement on both sides, at the front and at the back. You pick 2 pieces for each side, the right and the left side. We still have 2 pieces that we will keep aside. That's the one we'll be using to cover it after placing the boning. But we have 2 pieces for this. You take that same measurement we took at the front on the side to create our boning. I'll draw the diagonal line same way we did at the front. You make use of that same measurement you use at the front to create the channel. You can see on both sides. I'll be placing the boning. Same way we did at the front. You place the diagonal line boning first. Then you place the other one to cover the edge of the diagonal boning. Give this video a thumbs up. Share with your friends. If you are new to my channel, click on the subscribe button. This is it. We have it on both sides. For the corset interlining, you pick the crepe material that you had your ST with. You pick it this way, fold it into 2 and notch it at the center, at the upper part and at the down part. On both. You use your office pin to hold it together this way. Make sure it's equal at both edges. You pick your boning, the wrap boning, you can see, and place it this way. Make sure it's firm. I will be placing sewing at the back of that boning. I will place sewing on it downward. You can see. Make sure it's firm. You place your sewing downward. You cut out the excess boning. Same thing applies to the other one. This is it. I will need to add another boning at the center. You measure 1 inch. After the 1 inch, you add another boning. I will be placing sewing on it first. From the edge, I will measure 1 inch. That will be the folding allowance. You place sewing downward first and place your boning after the sewing, and you sew it downward as well. You fold the edge in this way. I will place sewing on this first line. I'll place the boning this way. You place it after the sewing. Make sure it's firm. You place your sewing on that boning. You place the sewing on the edge of the boning. Make sure your sewing is straight. Give this video a thumbs up, share with your friends. If you are new on this channel, click on the subscribe button. This is it. Same thing applies to the other side. We have the two. For the placing of it, you pick where we notch. You can see that point that we notch. I will go inward by ½ inch because we will be joining it. We will need to add the sewing allowance to it. You won't start at that point that we notch. You will leave ½ inch and fold it back this way. You fold it back this way. Don't pick it at that exact point that we notch because of the joining allowance. You leave the ½ inch for the joining allowance and you fold it back. You can see, if you check it very well, you can see that point that will notch. That is not at that particular point that I pick the folding. You use your office pin to hold it this way. It's very important. Now I will be placing another boning at this point where the mesh net stop. You can see you fold the mesh net in this way. You can see the way I'm folding it. You fold it in and place your boning there. You fold it this way. Make sure the boning cover the folding, that the edge of the mesh net will not come out. Just be patient with it. You place your sewing downward. Make sure your mesh net is not full. Make sure everything is lay. You place sewing at the other side of the boning. I've placed the interlining on one of the back and I've added the third mesh net to it. You can see. You place it on it this way. I'll be showing you how to do that. That's the third mesh net. It's very important you size your pattern on your fabric. If the measurement is the same, you can see we have the joining allowance at the side. I will be placing the third mesh net on it. You lay it this way on it. And use your office pin to hold it at the side. Make sure everything is lay. I will be placing sewing at that point. I will place sewing downward with ½ inch. I will need to cut out the third excess mesh net. The third mesh net we place on it, you cut out the excess at the side. You can see. Now we'll be joining this to it. You join it from the back first. The back of the corset. You pick it this way. And place sewing on it downward. This is it. If there is need to cut out the excess, you can just trim it a bit. This is the front part of the corset. I'll be folding it in this way. You fold it in this way and place sewing on it. Give this video a thumbs up, share with your friends. If you are new to my channel, click on the subscribe button. This is it. I will need to trim out the excess at the down part for it to be equal. Now, I will be placing the third net on the front of the corset. This is the front part of the corset. You pick the third net. You place it at the back this way to turn the V neckline. By the time we place our sewing at the V neckline, we'll flip it to the front to cover the boning at the front. Make sure you use your office pin to hold it at the side close to the V neck. You can see the way I'm holding it. You place your sewing close to the boning and follow the V neck shape. It's very simple. Place your sewing close to the boning, not on the boning. Make sure the sewing is very close to the boning. You can see, and follow the V neck shape. This is it. You can see how neat it is. We need to cut out the shape. You cut out the mesh net at the center for us to have our V neck. You trim it to the minimum. I will notch it at the center. You notch that center for it to lay. Be careful when you are doing that. You trim it to the minimum for us to have a neat finishing. It's very important you trim it to minimum. After then, you flip the third mesh net to the front to cover the boning. You lay the net on it very well and use your office pin to hold it all round. I will be joining the back part to it at the side. You join it to the front. You pick the back and join it to the front. The sewing should be at the front. You can see I've joined both sides. This is it. You sew it to the front, not the back. For the side joining not to be visible, we will be placing boning on it this way. You fold your joining allowance. You fold it in this way and place the boning on it. Don't cut your joining allowance. You don't need to trim it out. You fold it this way and place boning on it. And sew it downward on both sides. If you have learned a lot in this video, let me know in the comment section. Give this video a thumbs up, share with your friends. If you are new to my channel, click on the subscribe button. This is it. You can see how neat it is. Same thing applies to the other side. I'm done with the two sides. Now I'll be cutting the material I will use for the binding, the crepe material. You cut it out this way. We use it to pile it at the upper part and at the down part. You place it from the back this way and flip it to the front. Make sure you fold the edge the way I fold it. You fold it that way. This is the back. This is from the center back to the cup side, and you trim out the excess after joining the one for the piling. You can see. You flip it this way to the front and fold it in. This is it. Same thing applies to the other side. This is the other side. You measure it with it to know if everything is equal. You can see that is equal. This is it. I'm done with the other side. For the center boning, I will need to trim out this excess at the center for us to place our cup. I will be fixing the cup from the back side of the corset. You turn it to the back. You check the center of your cup. That's very important. For the joining allowance, that's the joining allowance. You can see. You open it that way. You place it this way and sew it around. For the fixing of the cup, you fold the edge of the joining allowance this way. You fold it in this way, you can see, and place it at the center of the corset. You use your joining allowance to join it all around. Don't drag the corset. To end the sewing at this upper part, you fold the cup allowance in. You trim out the bony excess if there is need for that. I'll be doing that. I'll be placing sewing on it all around. You fold it in with the folding allowance. From this center, you fold it in neatly. And place sewing on it all around. If there is need to trim out the boning, you trim it out a bit. Make sure your sewing is neat and straight. Take your time to place your sewing on it all around neatly. Don't rush. Don't drag it. Allow it to move by itself. Give this video a thumbs up. Share with your friends. If you are new to my channel, click on the subscribe button. At this point, you fold the edge in neatly and place your sewing on it. This is it. I will be fixing the second cup same way we fixed the first one. If you are yet to watch the part 1, 2 and 3 of this video, you are missing. In those parts of the video, I will be dropping the link in the description box below. After fixing the cup, you will need to iron it with the tailoring hem. Use the side of the tailoring hem to iron it for the cup to come out well. That's very important after fixing the cup. Very important, don't place your iron direct to your fabric. You can see that I place a pieces on it first. This is it. You can see how neat it is. For the down part, I want it in a scalloping form. I will be cutting out the pieces I will use in piling the down parts. You join those pieces together. I've joined it. I want it to have scalloping at the down part. From the wrong aspect of the corset, you can see from the inner of the corset, I will be placing the pieces I cut in form of bias, but first I will need to shape it to give it that scalloping shape. You curve it this way. You can see the way I'm curving it. It might not be visible, but just look at my hand, the way I'm curving it. You give it that curve shape. You continue the process all around. I will be placing the pieces on it this way. You fold it first. From the starting, you fold it in and place it on it. Very important, don't cut out the shape. First place your pieces on it. You follow the shape and place these pieces on it first. After then, you will cut out the shape out before piling it up to the front part. Make sure you follow the shape with the color pencil. At this point, you cut out the excess and fold it in this way. This is it. Now we need to trim out the shape. You follow the shape of the color pencil and trim it out for us to have our scalloping. After trimming, you notch it all round for the shape to come out well. You fold it this way to the front and place your sewing on it. If you are opportune to watch this video to this point, you will know I've tried for you. Where is my thank you in the comment section? give this video a thumbs up. If you are new on this channel, click on the subscribe button. This is it. I will need to give it a nice press. This is the back. You can see how neat it is. Now we have our corset. You can see how neat it is. I'll be fixing the eyelet later. In my next tutorial, I'll be showing you how to fix your yoke to your corset neatly with the sleeve. Give this video a thumbs up, share with your friends. If you are new to my channel, click on the subscribe button. Watch out for my next tutorial. Thanks for watching. Bye.